no, I'm sorry if there's a job on the line here. I'm sorry, you know, they're putting your ass out there to take the heat, but I'm sorry, my friend, you do not get to say this. If stupid is a gift, then Sony is the gift that keeps on giving, boy. To me, if they ain't making stupid movies, they ain't making stupid comments about their stupid movies. I just had to talk about this real quick. Kevin King sent me this and reminded me about this, but I read this a few days ago and so did y'all. It was on Variety. Sony Pictures CEO says, it's y'all's goddamn fault, not mine. It says, Madam Web flopped because of you, sir, and you.
I'll take that.
And
thank you.
You know what? And, boy, I never thought we'd get credit for what we do. But turns out that we, you know, I said it, we all work together. We can bring all these damn movies down.
It's nice to feel seen.
One at a time.
One at a time. So, yeah, the critics have, according to this CEO, the critics have won. Well, y'all just tore us apart, and now we just gave up. We can't have nothing nice because of y'all. Madam Web flopped because the press crucified it. Our Marvel movies, quote unquote here, are not terrible films. They were destroyed by critics. Hey, y'all, you're welcome. All of you out there. It was a hard fight.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive. It can be both.
Yes. Let me tell you something. I wish we could take credit for this.
Right, I know.
I wish we did something here. But Sony, congratulations. No, you did all the work.
Right.
That is all you.
Don't sell yourself short.
Give yourself a pat on the back and a kick in the ass while you're at it. No, this is all you, sir. This is all you. Says here, Sony Pictures CEO Tony Vinciquerra. How you say that, JV? Tony what? Vinciquerra. Put it up. How you say that? Tony, how you say that? Did I say it right? Vinciquerra?
Vinciquerra, yeah.
Vinciquerra.
How are we all getting this right before you? he's the pure, authentic Mexican in the room.
I don't think you can see it.
Yeah. Tony Vinciquerra recently told the Los Angeles Times that Kraven the Hunter is probably the worst launch we had. Now, keep in mind, he said worst movie. He said worst launch. Mm-hmm. It could have been great if it weren't for you assholes out there.
Meddling kids.
Take the mask off as us. Old man Coleman, Martin, and Julia? I told you that Jewish conspiracy was true.
It was my lasers in the sky. We shot it down into the theaters and destroyed the film.
It's probably the worst launch that we had in nearly 8 years that he's been at the studio, adding, I still don't understand.
Really?
Because the film, I don't get it. The film is not that bad. That's what he says.
Yeah, that's how I want my film promoted. It's not that bad.
Yeah. He put his own quote up there. It's not that bad, says Sony CEO Tony Vinciquerra.
Now, what do you think the chances are that he's actually even seen these movies?
Oh, yeah.
That's a great question.
That's a good point.
Kraven opened in theaters December 13th to a paltry $11 million, the lowest debut yet for a Sony-released Marvel movie. The movie's current domestic box office total stands at just $18 million. While it's
Jeez.
Don't be mean. Sir. Don't be mean.
Those movies are mean to themselves.
This is why they can't succeed, because of this right here.
Yeah, if they would have drank one more, they would have had one more vial of grass water. They could have done it.
Oh my God. While its global haul is 43 million, these are more or less catastrophic results for a superhero movie and a cap off a lackluster year for Sony comic book movies after Madam Web flopped with $100 million worldwide. And Venom: The Last Dance became the franchise's lowest grossing entry. Boy, talking about not owning up to your problems, not taking accountability.
Well, Tony's job might be on the line, and he's just looking for anything he can blame it on.
Well, Tony, you know what? I'm not trying to make you lose your job, but let me tell you something, sir. Listen.
Sounds like he's not doing his job.
No, he's doing what he's probably been told to do.
Uh-huh.
It's just, the studio needs a scapegoat every now and then.
Yeah.
And hey,
It's not my fault. It's them.
keep in mind, ain't nobody heard of this Tony Vinciquerra until now. Ain't nobody heard of old Tony until now. Now Tony out there trying to, they tied Tony up like that goat Jurassic Park. For the T-Rex come out and
T-Rex looking like you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm about to have a good meal with Tony right now. Because Tony, let me tell you something, my friend. The reason why Kraven could have been a great movie, and I can tell you right now, it still would have suffered because Sony has just you put that reputation out there.
Yeah.
You have put out bad faith. So that's why Venom, the Last Dance, which should have been a bigger hit, that's why that movie didn't do that well, met your expectations, because you've already been putting out inferior products, and now your brand is tainted.
Yeah. Morbius, and then followed by Madam Web, they poisoned the well.
Yeah.
So even with Kraven not being as bad, it didn't have a chance. And that was on you guys.
Tony? No, sir. No. I'm sorry if there's a job on the line here. I'm sorry, they're putting your ass out there to take the heat, but I'm sorry, my friend. You do not get to say this. After we got through sitting through all these movies. We sat through these movies for years. Sir, you do not get to say this. I keep these movies on file. Just such an occasion. Sir, I respectfully ask you, Mr. Tony, Mr. Pretty Tony, you mean to tell me this right here was not that bad? This man getting raped by this CG lion.
What happened that day?
And then getting that radioactive lion blood in him. You mean to tell me that now, we could go deeper, but we don't have Kraven out on video yet. We don't have it on streaming yet. We don't have it for home yet.
Oh, but one day.
But one day, boy.
And that's not even the worst of the film.
Not even close to the worst.
But that's all we got. But I tell you what, though, when Kraven does come out, we gonna be on their ass like that line's on his ass right there. We gonna tear that shit up. And you know what? It's gonna be justified, sir. It's gonna be 100% justified. We can't go in too deep on Kraven, and we did. We went in. We did a roasted with wasn't none left on that carcass when we were done. And that was just the appetizer because we just did a review. When that whole thing comes out, we do a roast. Ooh, boy, we're gonna tear your ass up.
Frame by frame.
Frame by frame. Boy,
we went into it not expecting the insanity that we got.
No, ain't gonna be no meat left on that carcass. But sir, you're gonna sit up here and blame us. You're gonna blame journalists until a certain point. You probably blaming the movie going public out there. You're gonna blame them for what we just saw there. You're gonna blame them for all these old raggedy ass post-credit scenes that meant nothing, where your actors even look confused.
A hearing has been set that could likely lead to
What the hell y'all got me doing here? What does this got to do with anything?
We shooting Spider-Man 4 already?
Is this the way to craft services?
Yeah, this is Morbius. This went nowhere.
immediate release.
This didn't even make any sense.
It made no sense.
You did all these post-credit stingers to advertise another movie and didn't care whether it made sense or not. That's good to you. But that's not that bad to you. At that part, we came out the desert. It wasn't even him.
Yeah.
I love these post-credit scenes too. Everybody, we need to talk.
It's always that.
Talk about what? Talk about how stupid this shit is? We need to talk. Boy, they treated it like this. I'll tell you, man, y'all committed. I'll tell you that. It's just dumb shit. They treat it like this really gonna go somewhere.
It's like, oh, they're bringing these guys together? Whoever they are.
Meanwhile, everybody's like, why are they doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For you.
I've been reading about you.
I'm listening.
I'm not sure how I got here.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody is. That made no sense. I don't even know how I got here, but hey.
I love that delivery.
Somebody told us a vampire out there to talk to us.
I mean, Spider.
I don't know how I got here, but I'm sure Spider-Man is connected somehow. You have Spider-Man in this world, don't you? We do not. What is a Spider-Man?
I mean, my favorite is at the end of Venom 2, where Venom is looking at Spider-Man and he goes, that guy.
What guy? I don't know what you talking about. Well, boy, I tell you what, I keep, if nothing else, you listen, we could probably argue back and forth on Kraven. Venom, I'll give you Venom. Morbius, no, that's some bullshit. No, sir. You have no leg or fake ass wings to stand on or fly on or anything. This don't make no sense at all. That is not good. But hey, if you still want to keep going, I said I keep these movies around, but I keep a special Madam Web folder for just such occasions. I keep Madam Web around for just such an occasion. Listen, I keep these clips around just in case people like you come up trying to tell me, oh no, man, it's good. No, listen, these other movies, you can say what you want to, but with Madam Web, well, let's go through this. You mean you gonna tell me Madam Web is good, not okay?
Well, his words were not that bad.
Okay,
which acknowledges that it's bad. It's just not that bad.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't say some shit like, "Come on, Joker 2 was worse," right?
Yeah. Let's simplify this. Let's take a couple of words out. Let's take not and that out of that. I'll give you bad. Yeah, I keep Madam Web around for just such emergency. So we're going to overlook. You're going to tell me that this is not that bad, and we just going to overlook the bad acting in this.
This is 210 with a 42-year-old female, code 3.
Cassie had lost the pulse. I'm starting compressions now.
Ben, what are you even doing back there?
So you're going to tell me that? You're going to tell me that's not that bad, huh? Okay, all right.
And how many cuts were in that tiny segment that you showed?
You want to talk about editing? Sorry, you're going to sit up here and look me straight in the eye and tell me that the horrible editing in this is not that bad. Even that ambulance was like, oh, where am I going?
It's almost like there was a different ambulance coming from another direction and they were going to crash into each other.
Yeah, I expected them to just run head on into each other. So you're going to tell me that that's not that bad. Okay, all right, you want to keep going. All right, so you're going to tell me we just going to overlook the bad dialogue mixed with these powers that don't even make no sense. Just going to come out of nowhere. Okay, what the fuck is happening?
Love this movie.
Tony, you gonna tell me that that's not that bad? You gonna look me in the eye and tell me that's not that? Tony, okay, you want to keep doing the dubbing. You gonna sit up here after the bad dubbing in this and tell me it's not that bad?
You have no idea of the torment and torture of dying over and over. I can't escape it.
His mouth just didn't even try to move no more.
It's also really terrible dialogue he's saying right there.
And terrible dialogue.
You have no idea of the torment and torture of dying.
Well, clear your throat.
Right.
Yeah, no idea. Are we getting to you, Tony, yet? You still want to hold on to you still want to blame us. You don't want to blame the scriptwriter. You don't want to blame the editor. You want to blame the actors?
The director.
The director, you want to put this on us. Okay, all right. So it's our fault. These stupid ass costumes in here. These old busted ass, cheap ass damn Spider-Man costumes. That's what a kid dresses like. We ain't got no money for a costume.
Raggedy.
Yeah, his mom just throw some ropes on him and paint him red. Yeah, there you go, boy. Spider-Man. There you go.
You look just like him.
Yeah, now going out there and all your friends laugh at you, beat your ass, get that cheap ass costume on. Really, that's our fault. That's not the that's not the costume department's fault. That's ours. Okay, all right. I hear you, Tony. Okay, all right.
Whatever the future holds. We'll be ready.
So you're not gonna blame Party City where you got these costumes from. You're gonna put that on us. All right. All right, Tony, I hear you, man.
And let's not forget that after that shot, it cuts to an old shot from like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movie. Remember that?
Yeah.
The shot of them going up the building.
This movie has bigger problems.
But it still is just lazily reusing footage.
Mr. Prid Tony, Even the cat knows.
You get him.
Cat, even cat is saying, man, he ain't gonna get it. No, I ain't done yet. The blatant product placement. Pepsi, the Pepsi sign was another character.
Make your way to the south side.
Y'all had a helicopter, put a spotlight on the Pepsi sign right there. Oh, and Pepsi, they paid enough money where Pepsi saved the day. That's how Pepsi is on.
Oh, that smashed him real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have to give them credit because most of the time somebody's there like, Here's just a quick, oh shit, blam.
What'd you say? What the? Is that a giant pea?
I am not going to die by a giant pea. Oh, yes, you are.
Oh.
Somebody else was pointing out when they were having that barbecue and she picked up a can of Pepsi and would just not open it, just walking around, just showing the can off.
Just showing the can to people. Hey, y'all, drink Pepsi. Get that damn Coke out of here. Drink this Pepsi.
And that's the second scene at the Pepsi factory.
Yeah. So, Tony, you going to sit up here and just look us straight in the eye, straight-faced, and tell us that this is our fault. All right.
Well, as Julian said, I'm sure he'd be like, well, to be fair, I haven't watched all of them.
Yeah.
I started Madam Web. She's pretty good.
Yeah.
She's a doctor, right?
Yeah.
You guys got some chicks in it, right?
Oh. People, I you know what? If I was in court, Mr. Tony, your ass would be, we wouldn't have to, guilty. We wouldn't have to go into recess.
Oh, but I was only up to exhibit 6. So let me get some more out of here.
The juror just be like, look, we guilty.
Yeah. We don't have to keep. Can we go home now?
Mr. Tony, I rest my case, sir. Now, you know, you can't sit up here and tell me you didn't see what we just saw, which we had nothing to do. We didn't make this goddamn movie.
Yeah, to be fair, it's the first time I've seen any of these.
Just simply do better, sir. That's all.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah,
just lay off, okay?
They're going to see this YouTube video. He's going to be walking out with a cardboard box. His belongings in there. Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget your long-ass nameplate, Tony.
And your whack-ass Spider-Man costume. Yeah.
Walks out with his face painted with the tip of his nose not painted.
Yeah, yo. Just do, man. Just take accountability. Do better. That's all. You know, I thought money would actually say something. I thought money would y'all just, Sony, y'all do a lot of great things. I'm looking at my PS5 over here. You know, y'all make some amazing technology, but these goddamn movies. But y'all made a great Spider-Man film, the animated one.
And a game.
And a game.
That's what I was going to say. That's the weirdest thing. It's like this property is really well used in these other places, but it's ignored.
Yeah. Pride with you. Just stop and just admit, stop this nonsense. Take accountability. Do better. That's all. That's all we ask. You know, if you that's where it starts. You know, admitting that you have a goddamn problem. And you do. So let's just go ahead and cut this nonsense out. Stop pointing fingers and just simply just improve. That's all you got to do. No.
This guy spent Christmas crying watching Kraven. He's like, God damn, this is bad.
Good. They all should. They all should. They all should. That's what we have to deal with it. Let them deal with it too.
Dad, can we see Kraven? You don't want to see that.
Well, hell no. Well, you made it to the end of the video. That must mean you really like what we do. So if you do, check out these other videos just like this one. Check out our